What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast, and today we're going to be talking about the Monday Night Football Showdown. It was all about the LA Rams and the Chicago Bears, and the Bears got the brakes beat off of them, but this was one of the impressive picks that you got from Jalen Ramsey. You know, he's tight roping it, it's exciting. Look at the people on the sideline like, oh snap, this dude can still play. Even though I don't think he's as good as he was with the Jags, he's still a formidable corner. There's certain things that, you know, he does that I don't like, but I think for the most part, he's still one of the better corners, but I think we're all comfortable enough to say that he's not that, you know, going on that path where we thought like Deion Sanders-ish. You know, he was like a lockdown, maybe Darrelle Revis, but bigger type of guy. I don't know yet. He has to prove a little bit more because he was getting routed last year. And a lot of you guys didn't really, you know, pick up on the stuff that I was talking about. Like, oh, you know, that happens to every corner. That's the point. It shouldn't happen to you if you're one of the greats. That's what I'm trying to explain to everybody. Like, you have to understand, we knew when Revis Island was over because everybody was just on his island doing whatever he wanted. And it wasn't happening when he was that dude. So many of you guys say, you know, Jalen Ramsey this, Jalen Ramsey that, but still, even with all of that, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you have to understand that you have to lock up. So he played very, very well. And that's Jimmy Graham. That's a 6'7" tight end that he just went up and just did whatever he wanted to. So that's a big deal. All right. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at Jared Goff's numbers. I want you guys to remember, this is a team that, you know, got rid of Todd Gurley. So it's not a lot of stuff that you're going to see as far as the run game. I'm not impressed with any of their running backs at this time. You know, as far as fantasy goes, you've probably been lucky if you got like that Malcolm Brown touchdown. It's a very, very tough situation right now with their run game, but many people rely on trying to see if Cooper Kupp can do stuff, which he did not yesterday. You know, 6 receptions, 6 targets. He doesn't drop the ball, but that's 43 yards. That's a pretty big deal right there for him. So as you go through it and look at some of the things that happen within the game, you can understand, you know, what you're looking for as far as, you know, Jared Goff and these players and what they've been doing. So it's not like they're the best team, but they are 5-2. So as we come down the second half stretch, they're probably more than likely going to make the playoffs. I don't know how they're going to do in the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to start to pick something up because, like I said, the one thing is I don't really trust Jared Goff, and then they don't have a run game. But I think, you know, Cooper Kupp is a decent wide receiver. Robert Woods, whenever he feels like it, you know, he can come out there and do stuff. I do like Gerald Everett, but there's certain things that go on and it's not consistent enough for me. You know, Josh Reynolds, it's no main player. It's sort of like you get like a Tom Brady feel where he didn't have those ideal wide receivers early with the Patriots. It's something like that. And at this point right now, I have to be, you know, objective about it. Yeah, they beat the brakes off the Bears, but a lot of the talk that they were talking about was because Aaron Donald, he called the defense soft and he called them out. And if Aaron Donald is calling you soft, dude, like, you gonna have to respond. Cause that dude right there, like, it's like he eat houses, bro. Like, the dude's back. Whatever, bro. If he says something about the defense, I think you're gonna respond, and that's what they did. They dominated this game for the big part, and then later in the game, you know, the Bears were able to get, you know, scores or whatever. But, you know, looking overall at the LA Rams, I'm not overly impressed. I don't see what they're gonna be able to do, even with that defense. Because if you guys remember, when they got stifled in the Super Bowl, it's like the same situation. I don't know if they're going to be able to do those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very, very weird. I can't really say that I'm confident in them doing anything. And people always ask me like, yo, what do you think about the Rams? Listen, bro, I think that they're overachieving. I really do, because other than their defense is supposed to play like that, but their offense is going to have to continue to do stuff, and I just don't see enough right now. Maybe Jared Goff comes out and then he starts to show us something later. I don't know. But at this point, I'm not that intrigued by them, because watching it, I was more excited when they were on defense than offense. So that's a problem, because I'm not really believing in the offense. When you jump over to, you know, the Chicago Bears now, some of you guys, and I saw it all on social media, oh, Nick Foles is Tom Brady's daddy. You're probably right, because I don't know how this team beat the Bucs. It doesn't make any sense, other than the fact that, and this is another reason, this is why Tom Brady didn't shake Nick Foles' hands. Nick Foles is a terrible quarterback, but he just plays well in certain instances. He's a very, very good quarterback when he's playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe if he stayed on the Eagles, that they would have a better record right now because he just plays better with the Eagles. He had that, I think he had like a 7-touchdown game. Like he just plays better with the Eagles. That's the bottom line, right? So he has that magic. Tom Brady hates him because he knows he's garbage. You know, like, you have to recognize greatness. When you play at the certain time that somebody else is great, you'll recognize greatness, which is why, you know, Tom Brady will shake Aaron Rodgers' hand, Drew Brees, these other guys, Peyton Manning. He doesn't consider Nick Foles a good quarterback, and that's in his heart. And that's why he ran off the field when they lost, because, like, this dude is garbage. He's not on the level. Now, I'm not making an excuse for Tom Brady. I'm just saying I understand. You see what I'm saying? Like, you should always go out there, shake hands. You should always have sportsmanship. But when you know a dude is garbage and he beat you, it's like, it's a lot of luck that has to do with it. And it is more of a sore loser mentality. But I understand, because this 0 touchdown, 2 interception, 20-40, 261, and it was bad touchdowns. I mean, what am I mean bad touchdowns? Bad interceptions. One to the back of the end zone on the left, the one that I showed you in the picture in the still. There were bad decisions. And that's what Nick Foles does. And now you want Tom Brady, one of the greatest players of all time, to walk out to the middle of the field and shake his hand. Again, it's sore loser mentality, but like I said, I would have a problem, you know, playing, you know, going to shake somebody's hand also that was so much of a trash can that I knew he was a trash can, and the world knows he's a trash can. But he only plays well with the Eagles and had one of the greatest playoff stretches ever. But this is what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obvious. Now, the Bears are 5-2 as well, and I don't know how they are, because their defense didn't show up. Khalil Mack said he had like a sore back, you know, sore leg, sore this, sore that. I don't really care, dude. You go out there, you should play better than you did. You know, you're getting dominated, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, there was nothing really impressive, okay? David Montgomery, 48 yards, 3.4 average. Allen Robinson, 70 yards, 4 targets. Like, bro, what is this, dude? Like, the Bears, okay, dude, like, are you going to do something here? But they're 5-2. The NFL is really, really crazy right now, and I don't know which way to go with it, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Jimmy Graham sucks, and that's pretty much it. What are you doing, bruh? Like, you're supposed to be that main target for them. You got 5 receptions, you had 6 targets, you had 31 yards. You know, like, it's certain things that go on where it's like, all right, dude, who's going to step up and make a play? But again, I'm just saying it about Jimmy Graham. I'm just joking, bro. Like, the dude's garbage, but still, all in all, that pass was kind of weird that Nick Foles threw to him, and Jalen Ramsey just had to pick it because it was to Jalen Ramsey. Like, it really wasn't to Jimmy Graham, so, you know, he has to pick it. But like I said, at the end of the day, Nick Foles is what I thought he was, but he's going to give you that surprise Nick Foles when he plays Tom Brady or any other quarterback that's decent. You got to be scared of Nick Foles, because he's going to beat you simply because nobody expects anything from him. The guy does not play with any pressure. You see what I'm saying? When he played that Super Bowl run, there was no pressure on Nick Foles. He's the backup quarterback. Everything is cool. When you're supposed to do it, it's different. And I try to explain that to people, and nobody understands. When you are the guy that has to do it, it is very, very, very difficult for you to be able to do that. So this is the situation that's going on, and people have to understand it. And at this point right now, they're both 5-2, but I don't think either of these teams are going to make any noise in the playoffs. Just my opinion. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.